Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I don't know. Yikes. Oh, let's just go ahead and pull these two cards. So I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers, also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Piscean anything. You're probably an empath and you're probably needing messages from your soul. Let me just get these cards ready. It's like I'm hot, but I'm not. All right, let's just do this, okay? All right. Okay. Ooh, okay, this this stack came out, and we'll get 3 from the top. All right, let's get started. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and I was told something specific. Put it on the screen. Coming to terms with the hardest parts of all of this all. Coming to terms with something difficult. Okay. I'm wondering how long this something difficult has been going on for you. How long have you been considering what the possible solution is, and all of that stuff? I'm assuming it's been quite some time that you've been considering so much of this, and it's been very, very difficult for you. Whoever this is for, maybe you're cross-watching for the person who's been going through all of this. Maybe it's you. I don't know. So the moon, there's a lot of things being hidden away. Whatever is being hidden away is what's causing the issues for you to begin with. Excuse me. So the moon, deception, twilight, obscurity, intuition, disillusionment, danger, bad influence, ulterior motives, false friends. So there are details that are being hidden away from you, and these details are the very things that probably make you feel very uncomfortable in the situation that you're in. They're probably the very things that have caused you to feel very, very unsafe in certain people's company. I would listen to that feeling, okay? I would totally listen to that feeling and make sure to not blindly trust people, to not try and explain away what your intuition is telling you. So the Tandy Dandy Tower card. Handy Dandy Tower card. Complete and sudden change, breaking down of old beliefs, abandonment of past relationships, severing of a friendship, changing one's opinion. I'm wondering if it's time for you to really consider walking away from whatever this is. Because whatever this is, it feels really painful and negative. It feels like it's something that something that was done a long time ago, but you just couldn't find it in yourself to walk away. I think you need to. I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure you need to walk away from whatever this is. And when I say walk away from it, I'm talking about no longer putting effort into fixing something. Sometimes you're gonna have to use your discernment. The best thing to do is to no longer try, okay? Um, but not necessarily walk away, like leave. And I don't know that. Mm, mm. There's a lot of just like really dense negative energy right now. I don't know what you guys are going through, but it does not feel good. It definitely does not feel good. It feels like I'm about to tell you the wrong thing. Let me let me look at what these cards are. Yeah. I don't like the feeling of these cards. I'm going to set them aside. I don't like that. There's a lot of really manipulative energies that I've been picking up on for the past maybe week or so. Um, I don't know what you need to do about that in your life, but there's a lot of manipulative, extremely confusing, chaotic energies that I've been picking up. It doesn't necessarily feel aimed at any specific person. It feels like an energy that's just kind of going around in the environment of Earth itself. And it's causing a lot of people to struggle through their thoughts. A lot of people. All right. Pull that. And then we'll pull from this deck, okay? All right. Okay, let's keep going. Which is Cottage, security. You're needing to get very, very secure within yourself. Whatever it is you're feeling, you need to begin assessing it. Don't just blindly accept whatever your emotions are, okay? There is something that's going around. Uh, it feels very chaotic. It feels very intentional in its attempt to create chaos. It feels like it's trying to obscure what direction it's coming from. It feels very sinister. It's a very negative thing. Okay. I know this is probably not the first thing you want to hear in the morning, but it's probably the first thing you need to hear if you're here. All right. So, this is definitely something concerning. You have to make sure you're secure in your own space. You have to make sure you're aware of where your thoughts, your considerations are coming from. If you don't know why you are thinking or feeling what you are thinking or feeling, question that. It might not be your thoughts or feelings. Okay. And yes, it is extremely easy for something parasitic, for something much more advanced than you to incept thoughts. It's very, very easy. Very, very easy. Most people don't realize that a large portion of their negative thoughts are not even theirs. Okay. Oh, wow. Patricia's been having nightmares for 4 days. Pay attention to what those nightmares are, okay? But try your best to not be afraid of them. Try really, really hard to not be afraid of whatever it is you're dreaming of. Just pay attention, okay? If you know how to, if you're a lucid dreamer, like you're aware that you're dreaming, You have the ability to pause the dream, rewind it, change to a different dream, all of that. I remember when I was a child, like really, really young, I'm a lucid dreamer. And at the time, I was sleeping with my parents, and I was having this nightmare that this robot was chasing me through the house. I want to say I was either like kindergarten or second grade, something like that, pretty young. And I was running in my sleep. I didn't know I was kicking. And it was in the home that we lived in, and I was about to run up the stairs to try and get away from this robot. And I couldn't lift. I think it was like my right leg. I I jumped over one step, and I was going to move my next leg up to the next step, and I couldn't. It was stuck, and then here was this robot, and it was going to grab me, and I was like, "Wait, that's not fair. My foot is stuck." And I was like, "You have to rewind. You have to go back." And so the dream rewound itself, and I was like trying to unstuck my foot. And then again, obviously I couldn't unstuck my foot, and the robot was there again. I'm like, "No, that's not fair." But I was like really scared, but they're like, "That's not fair. My foot is stuck. You can't keep chasing me." And so the robot stood there like, do you want me to go back? And I was like, "No, I don't want this dream anymore." And then I woke myself up, and it turns out I had been running in my sleep. I was laying on my side, and my father put his leg on top of my foot to pin it down so I couldn't kick anymore. And that's why my leg was stuck. So you could totally control your dreams if you allow yourself to. Most people are lucid dreamers, you just don't realize it. You just keep going with the dream. I'm totally rebellious. I'd be like, "I don't like that." Ever since I was a child, I don't like that. I don't want to be here right now. And it'll change. Grounding. So whatever this thing is, it's not yet grounded in your life. It's not yet like hardwired into your psyche. You have to prevent it from being able to do that. How do you do this? By questioning. Question, 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 question. Question everything. Do not just blindly accept anything. Okay. Um, Hex banishment. Ooh, it's almost a sense of something. Something wants you to feel as though um, you have no other options, as though there's nothing for you to do but what it like tells you to do, what it forces you to experience. It's almost like it's trying to banish your free will. I don't know if you should allow that. Okay. I don't know if you should allow the banishment of your free will, your ability to decide things for yourself, your ability to question and think. It's important to really, really protect your ability to question and think freely. This is a period, I promise you, if you give this up willingly, this period is going to suck so bad. There's going to be a lot of things that are put into the forefront of society's field of awareness. Okay. There's quite a few different things that is trying to be manifested. Quite a few different things. It's up to you if you want to be part of the group that helps to bring ugliness into fruition. Yeah, I said it. I said it. They need your cooperation in order to manifest a lot of these different things. And if you want to keep cooperating by spreading the same narrative, that's up to you. That's really up to you, but I'm not going to comply, and I'm not going to co-create that with you. I refuse. I refuse. And it's simple as that. I've made up my mind. I'm not going to be prodded along and used to bring stupid things into fruition. There's no other word to use outside of stupid. It's a stupid thing they're trying to do. No, I don't want to be part of that. I don't. And if you're going to continue to talk about the same stuff, which is the problem, but are not actually doing things to correct the problem, then that's a problem. That's a problem. And I'm also wanting to be careful about being misunderstood and having any of you think that I'm talking about false positivity, toxic positivity, this trying to fake it till you make it, this pretending everything's okay and not acknowledging any of the hardship or whatever you're going through. And that's not going to fix it either. Something is trying to destabilize all of us even further. How are you going to be destabilized if you just lay on the floor? Are you afraid of falling? Lay down. I'm serious. Lay down, look at the stars, and just stargaze. Allow yourself to do things that kind of make you feel hugged by the earth. Like there's no possibility of falling because you're just so hugged and loved by creation itself. Allowing yourself to recognize the travesties that are going on. There's a lot of suffering, a lot of really negative things in the world right now. Um, we're aware of what those things are. We are aware of how the world is. We are aware of the way people, specific people in our lives are. And when you continue to pretend like everything is fine, when you continue to try and convince yourself that your intuition is wrong, that you're making it up, imagining things, all of these things we tell ourselves to dismiss our intuitive urges, you're helping to perpetuate this sense of lack of power, personal power. You have all the personal power over yourself that you need in order to cultivate the type of life that you want. You have all of that within you already. But when you sit around and wait for people to give you permission, it's just not going to happen. And for whoever said that, oh, it's easy for you to say that, Emmy, you're Emmy. I'm Emmy because I chose to be. Let that sink in. Nothing has ever come easy to me in my life. Everything I've had to work for, struggle for, suffer for. Everything. And just because I sit up here and you see me as something that you believe I am, it doesn't mean you know anything about what I've been through to get to where I am right now. People only see the end result of you. They only see the end result of everything you've been through. Ah, sound the alarm. That's what the message I got. Uh, sound the alarm. Just because people only see the end result of everything you've been through and decided to work through does not mean suddenly the effort, the amount of courage that you found deep within yourself is erased. All of a sudden, none of that, like, oh, you're just a strong person. It's easy for you to say that because you're so strong. How the hell do you think someone strong becomes strong? How do you think that happens? Oh, because you're just so independent. Okay, probably because I've never had anyone to count on. Did it ever occur to you? Well, because you can figure things out easily. Yeah, because I didn't have anyone to help me with my homework. And I was expected to get straight A's. Mhm. Oftentimes, people who are the strongest because they didn't have anyone to lean on. So it's all just bullshit. This concept of I can't do it, and it's so easy for you to say that because you're strong. Because I never had the luxury of that thought. There was no luxury of this belief that I can allow myself to break down and someone will come along and pick me back up. Mhm. We look at other people and we admire them so much because they're this and they're that, failing to realize the price that was paid in order to achieve that level of internal strength and fortification. When people see you as someone who is just so secure in your identity, ugh, I don't see it as that. I don't. That means your identity was attacked so heavily. And just like with bones that break, that ossification, that repairing of the bone, it becomes thickened, right? Because of the trauma it sustained, it's protecting itself by becoming thicker and more fortified so it doesn't break there again. And what if what you're seeing, that strong identity, is nothing more than the calcification of your identity because you've been struck in the face so many times by society? It's this very difficult reality that we live through. When people see us strong, they feel like not only do you not need help with what you're struggling through, and they probably don't even know you're struggling, they also feel like they're now entitled to you carrying them. I will carry you right to the dumpster and leave you there. Like, I'm done with that logic that I used to have where it's like I have to save people from themselves and their decisions. I don't. I just don't. I don't. You want to do the things that make you unhealthy, then you have to go through the consequences of that. When I eat things that I should not eat, then that's that. I have to go through the consequences of it. I have to have that pain. And if I want to ignore that pain, that's up to me. That's up to me. If I want to roll up into a ball and cry because my belly hurts so much because I ate something that I knew I shouldn't have eaten, that's up to me too. That's all up to me. All of it. What has been left up to you that you've continued to think that, oh, you're being punished, oh, this and oh, that? You need to hold yourself accountable. Don't wait for someone else to do it because by the time someone else does it, it's going to hurt you that much more. Hearing it come from someone else is going to hurt you that much more. And this concept of, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yes, you do. You just don't want to look at it. And not taking accountability, not being honest with yourself doesn't hurt anyone else but you. So you have to take accountability. And part of taking accountability is not just recognizing all of the things that you're choosing that's toxic for you. It also includes you no longer choosing that because once you identify something as toxic, why would you ever keep allowing it in? So intensification in reverse. So many of us are losing that energy that we're surging to help uplift us, to help navigate through this very, very challenging period. This is going to be a challenging period for most people. Okay. And people can be like, oh, no, it's good for me. Okay, that's good. Give it a few days or a few weeks. With the way everything is lining up, the energies, planetary things, all these different positionings, this is a period of challenge. Why is it a period of challenge? Well, to test how badly you want what you were attempting to manifest for that 222 portal. That's a very powerful portal. Did you think it was going to be easy? Because it's not. It's not meant to be easy. Everything that's worth your while is something you're going to have to work for. Anything worth your while needs to be worked for. It just does. That doesn't mean you have to suffer. See, suffering and working for something are two different things. Suffering has a lot to do with you fighting yourself in your process. Suffering is optional, pain is not. Yeah. So let's make an analogy. Someone is working out, and we all know this. If you don't know this, I'm about to tell you so you'll know it. When you work out, as that muscle starts to fatigue and there's not enough oxygen getting to that muscle, it starts to release some lactic acid. That's part of the muscle breaking down. Part of that breakdown is how you're going to achieve hypertrophy, increase in the muscle mass. And so you're working out and it's starting to burn. That's pain. That's not optional. You want hypertrophy? You're going to feel pain. Well, then what's the suffering part? How you feel about it. That's what's the suffering. So some people will be like, "Oh my God, ew, ew, it hurts, ew." Okay. Are you going to stop? Or are you going to keep going? You're right there from growth. You're going to keep going. Okay. You're going to start crying. Okay. That's up to you. There's nothing wrong with crying. But see, you're converting kinetic energy into emotional energy. So lifting that load is going to be that much harder. Think about it. So what would I do? I'd be like, fuck yeah. It burns so good. Yes. Yeah. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about, yes, micro tears. Yes. I'm going to achieve hypertrophy even faster. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't you stop. Keep pushing. You worked for X amount of lifts before you got to this point, and this is the point where you can really maximize your growth. This ties directly into the theory of positive disintegration. You are going through all of this tremendous emotional, societal, familial upheaval. And right as you're about to level up, that's when you're going to be like, no, I can't do this. And then you're going to go back to level 1 again, only to have to go through the same cycle again. I don't think so. I don't think so. So I worked out for the first time since September because I've been injured this whole time, right? I worked out for the first time since September, like 2 days ago. Luckily, it was a back day, so I was working on my back, and I have this app that I use that tracks um, the sets that I do for each type of exercise that I do, all of that. It tracks everything. So then it gives me a cumulative score of how much I've lifted in that workout. And I was worried when I started working out. I already was in my head about, man, I'm so weak. My body feels so weak. It's been so many months. Joints are destabilized, all of that. It's bad. It's so bad. And I start working out, and I tell you, after like 3 or 4 reps, I was working on first, I was doing deadlifts. And I was just like, after 3 or 4 reps, yeah, bitches are waking up. It was this thing of just like, yeah, pump it, squeeze. And I was just feeling it like, yeah, baby, I'm waking up. I could feel all my muscles waking up. I could feel all of them waking up. I could feel that blood flow. And when it came time to do the other exercises, because it's tracking from my last exercise, my last exercise session. And yes, I have gotten weaker, but I still lifted close to 20,000 pounds. And I didn't even finish the whole workout. I was just like, you know what? I shouldn't push myself so hard because I'm just waking my body up right now. I should not do that, or else I'm going to injure myself. I have to just do it slowly. And even then, Slowly is 20,000 pounds in one session. I was like maybe 25 pounds away from 20,000 pounds. Yeah. That's still not what I was doing my last workout in September. And even then, I had been injured for a couple months already. September, I was like at 30,000 pounds and I was doing it very light. So, do I want to compare that to when I was at the peak of my health? Because then I'm going to really make myself feel sad and weak and incapable. Because if I'm going to compare where I'm at right now in the process of healing to where I was at the height of my power, I was legit lifting over 100,000 pounds in a workout. 20,000 pounds ain't shit. It's not shit to me, but it is. Because that's still more than what I thought I would be able to lift, knowing how destabilized my joints are. When you get to understand yourself, your body, your limitations in this moment, you use that to help yourself understand how much you have to heal, as well as how much strength you still have. It's not just a negative thing. I thought I was going to lift maybe 10,000 pounds. That's it. And I was feeling kind of sad because someone who was deadlifting with 45-pound plates stacked, I was just freaking deadlifting the bar. And it's not even a regular bar. They call it a woman's bar. So it's only 20 pounds instead of the 45. It's only 20 pounds. I was still deadlifting, wasn't I? I still remembered my proper form, didn't I? I felt my muscles waking up, didn't I? So is it a total loss? No. What injured me was pushing beyond what my body could handle. So my injury started because I was doing kickbacks, cable kickbacks, where you take your leg and you kick it back and you're attached to a cable, right? And I felt like it wasn't enough. And so I strapped on a 5-pound weight on my ankle. It's easy. So I said, oh, let me put 20 pounds. Bitch, why you do that? As soon as I went to lift my leg back, and I'm not throwing my leg around, I'm slowly, intentionally lifting it back. My knee separated. I tore my ligament. Not all the way, partial tear, but still. I didn't respect where I was at and what I was trying to do. All I knew, all I considered, 20 pounds, that's nothing, because when I was at my fittest, I was doing kickbacks at over 200 pounds. 20 pounds ain't nothing. Yes, it is if your joints are destabilized. If your life has destabilized, why are you trying to force yourself to operate at a level where you were at your fittest? Is that fair? Would you do that to someone else? The things that we put ourselves through. And why did I do that to myself? Well, at that time, I was just thinking about I could load more weight. I could load more weight. It's only a tenth of what I do. Looking back, bitch, you were trying to punish yourself for having not worked out for like several months because of COVID. We moved, and then we moved again, and then we moved again, and then the gym shut down, and all of these different things. Those are all valid reasons as to why I was unable to show up for myself for a short period. And instead of just accepting that, I chose to punish myself by stacking on more weight that I knew my knee couldn't handle. I knew my knee couldn't handle it. But I refused to listen to myself. So, what did I do? if I just flex my quad, bitch, that's why you got hurt. That's why I got hurt. If I had just focused on keeping my leg in the position it needed to be in instead of trying to overcompensate and using a weight that I couldn't do proper form with, I would have never been injured that way. So had I just went a lighter weight, left it at 5 pounds, which was easy for me, I wouldn't have had to wait from September all the way till now. It's the end of February. I still can't work on my legs. I still can't. How many times have you chosen to do things to yourself, thinking you're going to force progression only to sideline yourself? I have two options. Go to a surgeon and they're going to recommend surgery, or purchase a machine that's fucking ridiculous. I have to get a Compex. It's an electrical stimulator of your muscle. Uses electrodes to stimulate that muscle. That shit's not comfortable. So I'm going to have to basically be electrocuting my legs in order to strengthen the heads of my quads so that it can hold my knee in place. That sucks. But I did that to myself. I have to take accountability. So every time I'm going to try and push myself now, I remember you fucked yourself up the last time you were thinking this way. Sit down. You're done. I was going to keep working out. And I was like, sit down. You're done. Last time you tried to do this, like, come on, just push just a little bit more. Bitch, sit down. You're done. We don't need to hurt any other part. Because I could feel my elbow starting to hurt. And I was like, First thought, we'll just put on a brace. No, stop. Just stop. Just stop. And I had a good 5-minute argument with myself. But we haven't even worked to failure yet. You're not even trying to work to failure. I had to tell myself this, looking at myself in the mirror. You're not trying to work to failure. You're working to punish yourself. Knock it off. And so I did. Hi there, fool. I just got an email. Hi there, fool. Okay. You have to think about what you're doing to yourself. Okay. You have to think about your reasoning behind the things that you're doing. People think that they understand themselves intimately, but for most of us, we don't. We don't know why we do the things that we do. We don't understand the parts of us that are hurting because of something else, and we're trying to overcompensate for that pain. It's not okay. We have to pause and allow ourselves to recognize where we're at in our life right now. Yes, it's good to remember where you were at the height of things, but you don't need to make it your goal to be way up there again right now without doing the work that was necessary to get there. If I look back, how long did it take me to work up to lifting over 100,000 pounds per workout? And I was working out 7 times a week, 7 days a week. How long did it take me to get there? About a year. About a year. And I had all my braces on, both knee braces on both knees. Yes, I wear 2 knee braces on each knee. And I tried to do a kickback with no knee brace on. That's what fucked me up. Like, girl, what the fuck? Why would you not wear a knee brace? I was wearing a knee brace at the start of that leg workout. I took it off. I took it off because I felt my legs were starting to sweat. I didn't like it. And I was like, no, it's good. I could do it. It's just leg lifts. I'm not doing any bending. I fucked myself up. That's why it's separated. Homeland Foundation. The foundation of who you are and what you're going through is still unknown to you. So many of us like to say this phrase of, oh, I do the work. I'm doing the work. What work are you doing? Oh, like shadow work. Okay, what did you find in your shadow? Uh, trauma. What was the trauma? Uh, oh, childhood stuff. What part of your childhood? Well, like early childhood. Okay, how's that affect you till now? What? The early childhood trauma that you are working on as part of your shadow work, how is that trauma being expressed right here, right now? And what are you doing to actively heal that? And how has that worked for you? What? So then you're not doing shadow work. Shadow work is not a meditation, it's not a mantra. You're not doing the work. You're buying into someone else's concept of what the work is, but we're all so very different. What I do for me to work on my shadows, it's not going to work for you. It's just not, because we're different people. See, we can experience the same traumas at the same time, watching the same thing, having the same thing be done to us. And as two different people, we will receive that trauma differently than the same person experiencing the same thing as me. You'll receive that trauma differently. You'll process that differently. There was a situation where me and another person were traumatized by one individual. It was all happening basically, it was concurrent. It was happening at the same time. Um, we were both heavily affected. I didn't back down. I didn't become afraid. We were both triggered. I'm not too sure how it had affected the other person. I just knew it was a very negative effect. It was very triggering. I know for me, when I got triggered, I was like, fuck you and fuck that. Let's go. People expect me to shut down if you trigger me in a specific type of way. And chances are, whatever you expect of me, I'm going to do the opposite. And if you think I'm going to do the opposite and that's what you're bracing for, I'm going to do the opposite of what you're expecting as well. You just never know what you're going to get from me. It's fine. If that scares you, don't fuck with me then. It's a simple solution. Life has simple solutions. You are scared because you can't predetermine how you're going to control me. If you can control me, if you can even handle me, simple. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. Pick someone else. It's very simple. And so that's the thing. I react to things differently than other people. Even with my siblings. They react to narcissistic type, to narcissistic behaviors by like, all right, everybody just calm down. Oh, no, not me. I'm going to get louder. I'm going to get louder. I'm going to get more combative, and we're really going to have at it. Nope, I'm not going to be apologetic either. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's okay for you to recognize that you're becoming a different person, that you are entering into a new part of your life where you are allowed to have different reactions, responses to the same triggers. That's how you know you're growing. You're doing shadow work. Are you reacting to the same triggers in the same way? Are you still shutting down? Are you still not speaking your truth? Are you still just fighting just because you're triggered? Then you're not growing. You're not maturing. You're just telling yourself a storyline because that's what whatever program you bought into is telling you. No, no. If you don't see or feel yourself changing, if you don't see or feel yourself shifting in your perception, the way you perceive your life, the way you think about and consider the things that have happened to you in your past, are you really growing? Or are you lying to yourself? Do you simply wish you could grow? And instead of really allowing yourself to grow, you know, it's kind of like you're a fish that was caught in the ocean and you were put in someone's saltwater fish tank and you're longing to go back to the ocean. And so when the dentist at the dentist, totally Finding Nemo, when the dentist cleans out the fish tank and puts you in a plastic bag and you roll out the window and the bag is now in the ocean. Are you in the ocean? No, you're still in a bag. You're still in that containment unit. You can't even go deeper than what the air bubble will allow you to do. And what does the air bubble represent? All the words that help to explain other people's expectations of who they tell you to be. Did you know for most, your identity is a compilation of everyone's expectations of you? You don't even really know who you are yet. Emphasis on yet. How does it make you feel to hear that? How does it make you feel to know that you haven't been honest with yourself? See, I grew up being called a bitch, right? You fuck with me, I get mad, I become reactive, now I'm the bitch. That's how I grew up. And then when I left all of that behind and I cut off every single person that I ever grew up with, knew me before I became me, they're all cut off. And now I'm in a new environment and I'm feeling like I can finally be my timid self. And I allow myself to be my timid, soft self. And now this environment, see, I never fixed what was going on inside me, right? I never realigned it. So now this environment is basically doing the same thing that childhood environment did, which was expect me, tell me what they expect of me and expect me to play that part. And instead of being the bitch, now I'm told I can only be this doe-eyed, docile, easy to fuck with little person. How about I choose who I am at this point? How about I allow myself to consciously choose, am I going to allow myself to be responsive in a very aggressive manner? Or am I just going to be like, no, I don't need to react to you. I've never met anyone who's gone through this and not recognize how their environment has totally screwed up their perception of themselves. But here's the thing. What makes you powerful is not the realization that your environment has done this to you. What makes you powerful is the recognition that this is not pathology. This is the path of positive disintegration. I don't have to be what my environment expects me to be. I can pick and choose what aspects of me, and all of those aspects are valid, which parts of me will be allowed to come forward intentionally. And it must be with intention. Ooh, initiation. You're being initiated into a higher level of dimensional awareness. Your higher self is inviting you to reach higher levels of understanding of who you are, what you're doing, where you're going, all of that stuff. All of that stuff. And it's up to you It's up to you what you want to do with this. Um, Really, the intention of the things that I'm saying is not to shame you. It's not to make you feel like you've been uh, bamboozled by someone else. It's to help you recognize where you are within your journey. And where you are is where you're most valid. And that can change. Wherever you choose to be is where you will feel the most valid. So if you choose to be in a space of victimhood, that's where you'll feel most valid as a victim. That's what you'll continue to choose. If you choose to visualize your life in a different way and actually put the work that needs to be put in so that you can live in a different way, you will feel so beyond validated and so empowered. You simply have to make these choices. Boundaries, allowing yourself to create a sense of what you need from the people in your environment. And I think for many of us, we've allowed all of these like do-gooder people to convince us that should we have any expectations of what our environment is to be like, then, we're not unconditionally loving and therefore we're not spiritual and we're not progressing. And I say to the ones who make you feel this way, fuck you, sit down, shut the fuck up. Let me say it again. Fuck you, sit down, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Whenever someone tries to get on that high horse with me like that, so what exactly has happened in your life to make you this way? And they're like, oh, so I didn't know. I don't mean that in a positive way. And then they look at me like, wait, what? I'm asking you, what horrible thing has happened in your life to make you such a horrible person to me? Well, what do you mean? I mean how you're trying to force me to agree with you in order to support your ego. What was it? Who hurt you? And they don't like it when you say that. They don't like it when you say that. Why? Cognitive dissonance. Only someone who is still experiencing tremendous levels of pain, only they feel the need to use you and your struggle to uplift themselves. How do they do this? Well, by convincing you that they know better than you about you and that you should do what they do because look, they're so put together. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care. I really, really don't. I know plenty of people who make a lot of money and they tend to be very unhappy. Why? Well, several reasons. The reasons for each person varies. First reason that I see that's very common, they don't know if people are around them just to get money from them. That's valid. That's valid. So that makes them unhappy. It makes them feel like they have to isolate themselves and they can't trust anyone, which that's valid. Another reason that I see that's very, very common, they don't feel like they're living because all they do is work. Day in and day out, they work. They work. And yeah, it's not a very fulfilling life. It's just not. There's quite a few other reasons, but those are the two primary. See, if you think someone has their life together more than you, what I've noticed is this: society programs us to have the same level of debt, regardless of your tax bracket. The higher the tax bracket, the higher the level of debt, but it will always be a specific ratio to what you make. If you make more money, that just means you can afford more debt, but you have debt. And that stresses you out because as you're trying to correct that debt, you're also simultaneously being encouraged to live outside the means of what you can earn. Mhm. Yep. How am I exempt from this? Well, I don't need to impress you. I don't buy designer things because I don't want to. If you're not impressed by these two things, you can keep walking. There's nothing that you're going to buy that's going to permanently impress someone else. You think you can impress someone and increase your social status by purchasing a purse? That's only going to be in fashion for a couple months. Fashion has seasons. And people might justify their purchases by saying, well, I'm paying for the quality because it will last long. Who cares about the quality? If you're going to continue to use that purse, it's out of season, then don't matter. You're still going to be negatively judged because that environment that you want to be so much a part of, they don't care about the quality. Yes, that's one of the things, but it's a disposable type of community. Every season you have to change your wardrobe. And if you don't, well then, I know quite a few people like that. Doesn't make them bad people, but that's just the reality of that environment. So what environment are you trying to be a part of? What environment are you trying to exit? You want to be part of the spiritual community then, right? Because, right? Spiritual community is exactly that way too. Go join some spiritual communities and just don't comment on anything. Just look at everyone's posts. Why am I not part of a community outside of this? Everything I've witnessed is monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do. And because I'm unwilling to do that, I'm often the one that's ostracized. I've learned not to talk in groups. Yeah. Because it's all monkey see, monkey do. I've learned not to even be part of groups. Monkey see, monkey do. That's all I see. Monkey see, monkey do. These are not bad people. These are people who just want so badly to have some depth of connectivity. And they would give up the most beautiful thing about themselves, their uniqueness, just to fit in. That's the most profound thing that I offer. The fact that I think so differently is the most profound part of me. The fact that I love so differently. I just can't. I'm not willing to. And that's what got me excommunicated. I've been excommunicated from several. Oh, bitches thought I was going to cry about it. And I'm just like, bye. Scoot over. Just scoot over to the side. Yeah, I really don't care about being part of a group outside of this, outside of this environment, because I'm not interested in dissolving my boundaries for the comfort of others. I'm no longer interested in that. And I think part of what has to happen for all of you at this point, part of what you have to come to terms with is the why of what you do. Do you do it to be accepted, to fit in? Is it working? Why are you trying to fit in? What are you trying to fit in? There's a whole bunch of different things, that we probably don't take into consideration. Autumn. All of the work that you put in now will have its effect by autumn. And for some of you, you're like, oh my God, but that's so far away. Oh my God, but invest in yourself. Time will pass no matter what. It'll pass no matter what. And you know what's going to happen? If you don't invest in yourself now, even just a few minutes per day, one day you're going to wake up and it's going to be autumn. And your life is still going to be the same. Something that's very dissatisfying to you. Because really, are you satisfied with life right now? Are you satisfied with life right now? Because, if you're not, then I'm pretty sure you're going to be even less satisfied come autumn. So start doing some stuff now. Start adjusting 1 degree at a time now, shifting 1 degree at a time now. And by autumn, you'll see how much your life has changed. Or you'll continue with what you're doing now, and you'll keep putting it off and keep putting it off and keep putting it off until eventually it's autumn. And then you'll be like, oh God, I wish I had listened to her back then. It's not about you needing to listen to me. It's about you recognizing you don't invest enough in yourself. Oh, but Emmy, I don't have time. Make time. But you don't understand. My day is so busy. I don't need to understand. Make time. And if you don't make time, that tells you exactly where you are in your line of importance, your list of important things. You're not even on your list of priorities. So that's a major problem. Oh, I gotta let you guys hear this. Oh my God, you guys have to hear this. This was amazing. This, I don't know if I download it. It was just so amazing. It was like the most amazing thing I had heard in a very long time. Hold up. Okay, I gotta find it really quick. You guys have to hear this because this got me so good. Yes, this one right here. Hold on. Let me airdrop it to my laptop. I want you guys to see it. You guys have to. Ah, it's not gonna let me airdrop it. Hold on. Darn it. Okay, I can't airdrop it. Let me just play it for you. Crack me up. Oh, I can't because it has music. Damn it. She says, she's like asking her sugar daddy for money, right? It's a joke. It's a total joke what she's doing. But she says to him, in order for you to be happy, darling, I have to be happy. For you to be happy, I have to be happy. And all I want is your happiness, darling. Darling, so what makes me happy is Chanel and Hermes. It's just like, girl. And wired into my account $250,000, darling. That makes me happy. And when I'm happy, I can make you happy. And your happiness is all I want. It's so important to me for you to be happy. But it's like, it's a joke, obviously. She's joking. But it's so true, though. It's so true. If you live for other people, at one point she says in the video this thing about, I can't pour from an empty cup. And you really can't. You really, really can't. You have to be your priority, because if you're not, well, you're teaching the rest of the world to not make you a priority either. You just are. You're the one that teaches your environment how to treat you based on what you will and will not accept. Why do you guys believe that it's not okay for trolls to come on this live stream and be disrespectful? Because I will not accept that. And it's not that I've trained you guys. No, it's that you have witnessed me living so authentically, speaking so authentically, making myself a priority in a healthy way, not expecting anyone else to make me a priority, but because I am my own priority, Again, with no expectations of other people making me their priority. Because I am my own priority, I will not tolerate bullshit behavior. No, no. And because you've witnessed me doing this and you see nothing wrong with it, now you feel it for yourself as well. Now you support it. You understand. And this is what we uphold for each other. Because I've seen you guys sticking up for each other in the comments before too. And I'm always like, yes, yes, stick up for each other. Like, don't let some person just come in here being disrespectful to one of you. I don't think so. You cultivate the environment that you're in. You have that profound of an effect. And if you start intentionally harnessing it, your environment then changes. I have worked with so many clients who have felt so disempowered in their life. They have felt very unheard, unrecognized, disregarded, disrespected, all of these really negative things. And we work together. And it's not uncommon for them to be like, oh my gosh, people are treating me different. It's not because I'm doing anything to them. It's because you're shifting in the way you see yourself and your expectation of other people's treatment of you. That's why they're acting different. One of the things that I have just really embodied since I became a mom, actually, since before I became a mother, people will only live up to your expectation of them. If you expect them to be a failure, if you expect them to be dishonest, if you expect negative things from them, that's what you are giving them permission to do to you, around you, and all of these things. Like, no. Time and time and time again, I have had people tell me, oh, that person is blah, 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 all this negative stuff. And I'm like, I haven't seen that. We'll give them enough time, Emmy. Okay. I will believe that about them when they show me. And these are people who will go ahead and do all of these really effed up stuff to other people. But boy, oh boy, never would they ever consider doing it to me. Why? Because I see you. I see you and I expect you to live up to the greatness that I know you are. I see you. I'm not interested in the little games that you play that hide the greatness that you are. Fuck all that shit. Bring the real you out. I see you. No, don't try that. I'm not going to play along. I see what you're capable of. And I see the negative things that you do. Those are all trauma responses. I'm not making excuses for you. I'm telling you, I see you. I see how you function. And this is a place free of trauma. You don't have to feel that pain here. You don't have to have that fear here. So show me who you really are. And they always do. They always do. They always show me the truth of who they really are. They show me the greatness that I know that they are. And that doesn't apply to everyone, though. I have come across some people where it's like, I don't see greatness. I don't see greatness. I see a whole lot of fuckery, you damn organic portal. I don't see no greatness there. I see a lot of drama. I'm not letting you in. Okay? Have expectations. Expectations that align with the truth of who they are. Don't just use what I said to like fall in love with their potential. Like, no. I'm talking about people who already have tapped into that potential, but they are afraid of allowing that potential forward. Okay, so what do I mean? I'm someone who was raised to be a warrior. Okay. The type of parenting I received would be similar to a Spartan. I'm not even joking. It would be like a Spartan. You want to get into an argument with a sibling? Okay, here comes your father. We got a fist fight. I don't agree with that. You know, so I was raised to believe that if you allow any of your softness to be witnessed by people, any tears, any emotions, anything outside of ruling with an iron fist and steel toe boots, you're weak. You're weak. That's how I was raised. So then, why is it any surprise that for much of my life, no one had ever seen me cry? Yeah. Until now, I don't like people seeing me cry. It's just uncomfortable. Like, girl, suck it up. But now I do, because why? Because I'm in an environment that I created and that you choose to join me and honor me in, where it's okay to be soft, where it's okay to be vulnerable, where it's okay for me to recognize that's where most of my power actually is, in my soft vulnerability. So now I'm no longer afraid. But it took many, many years for me to exit out of that program. Many, many years. Many, many years. If people have never experienced environments where they are free to be who they are without being attacked by everyone in the environment, are you going to show other people who you actually are? I know many of you have abilities. I know many of you have gifts. And it's this thing of you're not allowed by your environment to let other people know that you can harness energy, that you can read energy, that you can do the things that you can do, because it's not allowed, because demonic, or whatever the hell people say. No, you're not going to do it. Why? Well, because they're going to freaking burn you at the stake. That's why. Of course you're not going to do it. You're in survival mode. How do you expect someone to do something that goes against their entire programming of how to survive life? You do it by helping them to see you've already survived. Now is the time for thriving, not just surviving anymore. It's a time to thrive and to celebrate life, to celebrate what you've learned. The ones who are here to help others are the ones who go through the most. And you can quote me on that. The ones who are here to help others are the ones who go through the most. Why? Because your life is preparing you for the service you will fulfill when you are ready. And as long as you continue to, convince yourself this and that, and why you're not enough, and why this, and why blah, 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 and using people's like spiritual teachings, those are bastardized teachings, you guys. Trust me. Trust me by looking it up yourself. I'm serious. The quote unquote esoterica that most people talk about these days is as bastardized as Disney's version of these fairy tales. You'll know what I'm saying. Look at the story Sleeping Beauty. That's horrendous. What? Prince Charming didn't wake her up with a kiss? Are you kidding me? Girlfriend got cursed and then she got... No, gross. Yuck. That's the actual story. That's what spirituality is these days. Okay, so let's talk about this vision board, right? What do you put on a vision board? What do you put on a vision board? People will put like houses, cars. One of my friends, she put a yacht. I'm like, you bougie bitch. Put a yacht. Purses, wardrobes, vacations, Yeah, those type of things are what's on the vision board, right? Those are all material things that are fleeting. Those are things that you can actually own, but how do you feel as you live there? Do you feel happy? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you found your purpose? And that you're actually leaving a mark on this earth, a positive one, where you're creating a legacy and you will affect so many people in such a positive way that they will continue to speak your name long after you're gone. Speak your name and feel empowered. No? What picture would you use for that? Yeah, exactly. What picture? There's no picture. That's a bastardized concept to keep you entranced with the materialism of it all. Like, I'm serving my purpose if I own a yacht? I don't think so, because yachts are expensive. They're expensive. To have a yacht for like a week is something like two or $300,000. To have the crew to for a week, like 200 to $300,000. And that's just to run the yacht. That's not to own it. That's not the cost of the yacht itself. 200 to $300,000 could feed a shit ton of people. So if I own a yacht, I'm not serving my purpose. I become materialistic as fuck. And it's okay if you're materialistic. It's okay if you like material things. But that's not part of my purpose. See what I'm saying? These things that you're buying into, oh, the shadow work, the self-love work, the inner child work, is it really having the effect that it needs to have in order to grow you in the way you want and need to grow? The most powerful thing I've ever done was go deeply within myself and allow the walls to fall apart. People will experience that and they'll become afraid. They'll say, my life is falling apart. All the walls in my house are crumbling, and there's no one here to save me. Me, on the other hand, the walls of my prison are being dismantled. I'm almost free. The same experience seen in a different way. I'm not afraid of those periods of my life. Layer after layer of imprisonment. Takes a lot to dismantle. It has to be done in sections because the walls are so reinforced for all the traumas that I've lived through, all the traumas that I've witnessed other people. Life is still beautiful. So long as you turn your passion right side up, you can use that to build the life that you want and need. But if you allow your passion to become something that's upside down, it will continue to fuel all the toxicity and it will continue to burn the people who are real, the people in your life who are authentic. It will burn them. It's up to you what you choose to do with it. You're going to have to overcome. You're going to have to overcome all of this stuff that you believed in that wasn't even the truth. You're going to have to overcome all of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that they're teaching kids these days is that they're broken. I was thinking about this morning. They're teaching children all of these terms that indicate some presence of pathology. Pathology is disease, illness. They're creating pathology within the children by encouraging them to believe that they are broken. You know what that is, right? Do you know what that is? It's the modern day teaching that you were born a sinner. I'm not a sinner, nor am I sick. I'm not a sinner, nor am I sick. I am not a sinner, nor am I sick. I was perfectly created and designed to fulfill a purpose that only I can fill. Same applies for everyone else. And everything you go through in your life is nothing more than you undoing the programming that is being programmed into you day in and day out. You are not sick. Your body serves as a roadmap. Oh, but Emmy, I am sick. Are you sick? Or have you just not recognized the emotions, and those emotions have been stored in specific areas of your body, your organs, your skin, and they've been stored for so long that now it's affecting the density of your flesh. Because if it was just a physiological thing, why do people who've had their gallbladder removed, they still have gallbladder pain? Oh, it's just phantom pains, I mean, it doesn't have to deal with emotions. Yes, it fucking does. Those are people who are angry. They've become embittered because people have treated them poorly. If you don't address that, you continue to have that. It's an emotion. You can remove the physical organ. You cannot remove the emotion. You cannot remove the emotion until you actually address what the emotion is telling you. I'm telling you guys, be careful with your children. They're being taught some things that I'm not saying what the children are going through with all their confusion of their identity is a made up thing. No, they're actually really, truly suffering and struggling through this. Okay? I'm very limited as to what I can say publicly. Very, very limited as to what I can say publicly. But there is an intentional attempt to fragment them further in order to insert programs that teach them that they have pathology. They're expected to know who they are at what age. Like, are you kidding me? Do you know who you are? How old are you? Yeah. This program that's being run is trying to force children to know who they are at what age. You don't know that until after you become that. You don't know who you are until after you become who you are. Then you develop the understanding, the maturity is developed as you struggle to become who you are. The world sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It just sucks. Observe and reverse. So they're not observing. It's either you or another person. You're not actually taking the time to see. You're looking, but you're not actually seeing what's going on. You're in a shutting cycle. Takesha. Mama, you got time? You got time right now? You want to come on here? You want to talk with me? You got time? I feel like I got to talk to you. I've been trying to message you for weeks now, but I can't seem to manage to. I'm just saying, you let me know, girl. I get you the link. You come on. Arcturian. It's in reverse. Arcturians are master healers. This is about you not stepping into that role of being the greatest healer for you that you will ever come across. You're worthy of being healed. You deserve healing, not because you're broken, not because you're sick, but because you deserve to feel a life that's easy to be you. Card number 43, Rejuvenation Sigil. Allowing yourself to become rejuvenated by what you're going through is pulling away, pulling back of you, your energy. It's appropriate for some things. You know, when someone keeps hounding you and hounding you and hounding you to get a piece of your time, your energy, your attention, you get to pick and choose exactly who you will pay attention to. Okay? You have to pick and choose that. You have to be the very one to decide. I mean, um, would you let someone take your bank account and be like, no, this is how you're supposed to spend it? No, no, you're doing it wrong. This is what you have to buy with it. I would take my whole wallet and just shove it down through the throat. You want it so bad? Here, take the whole damn thing. You know? Keisha, I'll message you. I'll message you, Kay. No, when you're paying attention, you're paying in your attention. That's priceless. Your focus, that is a priceless gift you are giving away. Priceless. You have to make sure you treat that with the appropriate level of respect and consideration. Excuse me. Because you'll come across people who they think it's no big deal. I come across people often who have this expectation of me dropping everything. Like, no, I need you right now. Okay. There's about 30 people in front of you who have waited several months who need me right now, too. So, with that said, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. I understand you're going through something. I understand for you it's very profound. It's a huge struggle. It's something that creates a lot of fear. But I have faith in your ability to rectify that. I have faith in your ability to continue to survive the way you've been surviving until it's your turn to get my attention. There's nothing wrong with having that stance. There's nothing wrong with being centered in the truth of this reality that everyone needs something right now. And when you are some type of healer, when you are some type of empath, and they feel so safe around you, well, what happens is you're the only one that can fix it for them. That's how they feel. And that in itself is an honor. Don't get me wrong. That is a huge honor that I am the first person you think of when you're going through tremendous upheaval. That tells me the way in which you regard me, and that honors me. But there are 30 other people in front of you who have waited a very long time for their turn. And I have to operate with integrity, with a knowing that everyone is going through something, all of it valid. All of it is valid. Every single last person. What do I do to myself when I recognize all of that is valid? Everyone is going through something. And so now I have to help everyone right now, right now, right now. It's detrimental to me. I had to learn this the hard way over several years. It's detrimental for me. And what ends up happening? I will overwork myself because I suck at boundaries, and I will just keep going and keep going and keep going. And I need people who really truly know what's going on behind the scenes and who really truly love me to be like, nope, rescheduling this. Nope, you can't work today. No, you're about to get sick. No, you can't. And really, for people who know me, for classes, for everything, I don't reschedule anything unless it's an actual emergency. I don't care if I'm not in the mood. I don't care. Like, I'm traveling. Okay, I'm bringing all my setup with me. We doing what we need to do. I've had sessions in the middle of the desert. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Yeah. People who know, they know. I've had sessions on the side of the road in literally the middle of the desert with my phone on a tripod and me looking at you like this because the sun, like, we have to think of our health and wellness. There are limitations. Yes, I'm a limitless being. Yes, more importantly, my body has limitations. I have to find the beautiful middle ground between the two. It's okay for you to have limitations of body. It's okay for you to be limitless in mind. Those are both valid parts of you. You have to find that beautiful space in the middle. Card number 21, growth. Allowing yourself to grow beyond what you thought you could. So notice these two. They look like cacti. So many of us live in a hostile environment, a very dry, very hostile environment, right? And just like the cactus, it lives in the desert. Rainfall is not that great. When it rains, it's like torrential. If y'all have ever lived in the desert, I mean, it's insane. And Arizona with their habobs, whatever the heck it's called, it looks like a wall of sand in the air, like the mummy has returned. And I'm just like, oh Lord, what's going on? It's craziness. It's craziness. And you have to know that environment in order to properly survive in it. And if you look at the cactus have blossoms, they bloom. They also know how to hold on to their life giving water. Be a cactus. Hold on to your energy. People in the past have complained that I'm prickly because I'm a cactus. Hello. I mean, the only time you get mad at a cactus is if you jump into it. We all know cacti have freaking pokey things. We all know this. Even if you've never lived in a desert, you know this. So is it the cactus' fault? The cactus stays in its place the whole time. It doesn't move. So if there's needing to be blame, I mean, really though, I stay in my lane all the time, literally all the time. And if you catch some of my prickles, I mean, that tells me you were mishandling me. I used to feel so badly. I used to tell myself that I'm such a bad person. Oh my God, I'm such a B word. But I'm not. Not unless I have to be. The only time you get that from me is if you mishandle me. This is about me learning who I actually am. The only time you get that from me is when you mishandle me. And in the times where someone else mishandles me and some of that prickliness comes off and, affixes onto someone else, the moment I realize that, you guys have seen me apologize while I'm live. Like, you know what? I'm sorry. I should not have spoken to you that way because I shouldn't have. And people will be like, oh, no, you don't have to apologize. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You didn't deserve any of that. You didn't start that fire. You don't need that smoke. Okay. I've been saying that for days because I don't know why. You want someone to smoke. Okay. It's so old, too. I don't know why I keep saying that. I just think it's hilarious. Let people show you who they are. Oh, shoot. Invoke the Oraphim in reverse. This is telling me the protections are going away. Whatever protections that you've been counting on, protections that have been present in your life and have created a lot of distortion, misalignment within you, those protections are going away. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. What does this mean? Ooh. If I rule the world, I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. If I rule the world. This is not good. Card number 27. Intuition sigil. My intuition is telling me that this is going to be a huge upheaval. This is going to be a huge upheaval. Pachakutek. Shit. It's going to be on the level of Pachakutek. Cataclysmic correction. Okay. These cycles are in reverse. The engine has been running. It's about to seize up in order to reverse. Okay. I'm not. I'm going to be in control of myself. Warrior spirit. In reverse. Be careful of a warrior who has no war to fight. Be careful of missing the feeling of war. Be careful of allowing yourself to have the parts of you that are responsible for aggression, the amygdala, be so hyperstimulated that you're looking for a fight. Michael says to me, the Oraphim cannot be invoked, but I must remember I am one. Okay. Dark interference, allowing dark interference in reverse. Oh my God. This is so bad. If I rule the world, I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. I gotta sing. If I rule the world, walk right into the sun, hand in hand. We'll walk right up to the sun. We won't land. The solar logos is returning. This is so bad. All that was emptied from the void is returning out of fear of what's approaching. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand how bad it is. If you don't understand what I'm saying, we'll just sing a song. We just sing a song. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about Tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Oh, this didn't help. Build up sigil in reverse. Deconstruction is commencing. These are all cryptic things that I'm saying. Trust me. Be glad you don't understand. If you don't understand, it's good. Just leave it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. I've waited 100 years. I'll wait a million more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. Let's pull a Kali card and call it a day. I'm out of songs, yo. I'm out of songs. Oh, there was such a good cover. Oh my God. You guys gotta hear this girl. I probably get demonetized though. I will probably get demonetized, but she was so good. Oh my gosh. The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. It was so good. I wish you guys could hear it. Okay. Let me just the whole deck in reverse. No, I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. Okay. Stop it. No more singing. No more singing. We just pull the last card. Mm-hmm. Card number 38. Okay. 3 is the number of a solid foundation for a reunification. 8. 3 plus 8 is 11, which is the understanding, awareness of divinity, divine processes. It's solidly positioned. Okay. Kama of Kali. She is completely and utterly in love with your divine essence, and in her love bestows endless gifts. Your path need not be one of endless effort. Connecting with pleasure as a path of personal empowerment with an intention to bring spiritual benefit to the collective through softening and opening your heart is an act of worshiping the divine feminine. Oh my God. Why did I read that as a divine Emmy? It's divine feminine. Relax into the presence of what is as you slow your pace and make swifter progress. Kama is a Sanskrit word that refers to the sweet stuff of life, pleasure, emotional fulfillment, and being completely present so we can experience life through all the senses. So it is also sensuality and physical vibrancy. Without the quality of Kama, our experience of life can become dry, bleak, and intimidating, a joyless existence with simply more tasks to be completed. If we are feeling exhausted, lacking in the quality of delight and lightness of heart, then we have become deficient in Kama, sacred pleasure. In the realm of the goddess, the enjoyment of life is a sacred act of devotion, gratitude, and celebration. In the throes of profound challenge and transformation, we can feel disconnected from our joyfulness. It's as though it were akin to the bright days of summer, and we are midwinter, wondering how it ever was that we could frolic about in barely anything when we now feel the need to cover ourselves with abundant protective layers. So we've entered into this place where it's been like an emotional winter for so long, and we're so covered up. And it's almost like this impossibility of finding that sweet spot where you can be naked in your truth, you know? Okay. Accessing pleasure requires embodiment, connection with the senses, and the subtle nuances of feeling and beauty. You're needing to enter into a place of embodiment of your truth. allowing the reality of who you are, what you are here for, to become that sweet essence that just emanates from you. Mm. You have to allow yourself the freedom to become detached from the things that are trying to force you to remain attached. Freedom to really begin traveling your own path. As much as there's negative things, there's also positive. There's also this ability for you to choose positivity while being immersed in the negative. I think that's what creates movement. The positive and the negative being in the same space, basically, displacing each other, creating that movement, that flow. When you allow yourself to move, you allow all the stagnant energies to be purged, right? Think of a person that you really, really dislike right now. Someone that has made you so miserable, someone that is so toxic for you, just someone that's just like a really, really bad presence in your life. Just think of it. I'm going to play a song. We're going to do a little bit of energy work together. Give me 1 second. Let me just get a nice little song for us. Here, I love this song. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. See this person in your mind's eye. Allow yourself to remember all the things you've endured, the things that make you feel badly as a person, badly as a woman or man. Think of all the times they tried to break you, all the times where you wanted to just stay broken. Now you know where you came from. Think now of the most beautiful day in your life, how you didn't know at the start that it was going to be that beautiful. Think of how the day went. Each moment more and more beautiful, feeling more and more peace. Nothing could stop it. It was just the most beautiful progression of happiness, of balance. You can choose. Remain where you came from, or step into each day the way you did the most beautiful day of your life. Only you can decide that. Only you can be so focused on bringing those feelings back, that happiness and that peace. Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Call that day back to you. Call Call your happiness and peace back home. I'll help you. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Continue breathing very deep and very slow. Notice how the darkness is being displaced, not because the darkness is bad, but because you need more light to see, to assess, to better understand and accept how much you already have within you. Life is truly beautiful. You just have to allow yourself to see it. Take one more deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Come back to center, to this place that we share. What are you going to choose to make today? Do you choose to bring back where you came from? That place of learning, learning through pain? Or can you make today a vacation from that? Yes, we have to keep learning through life. But yes, we can also take a short break. You can choose to allow today to be a day where you just enjoy breathing, enjoy living, enjoy existing, enjoy looking back at all the parts of your life that have been so amazing. I'm sure there have been parts that have hurt. I'm also sure there have been parts where your belly hurt because you were laughing so much. Whatever it is you focus on is the very thing you will experience the most of. I've reached a point in my life. I focus on my peace. I focus on my growth. I focus on serving my purpose in the most efficient manner possible. That's all I need to focus on now, because those are the only things that I'm willing to live through at this point. That doesn't mean there will never be other types of experiences for me. That means as soon as I'm aware it's an experience that I don't agree to, that experience and the way I receive it will automatically be shifted by me, by my perception of it. Things that are difficult, I will choose to see it as an opportunity to learn in an elevated manner. Things that are easy, I choose to see it as an opportunity to sit quietly and rest. Life has a beautiful way of balancing you out. And if you think that sickness that you have is unfair because there's so much work to do, I ask you to please see it as your soul begging you. Slow down. Rest. You're off balance and you need to rest. Your body will heal again. You'll be able to work again. You'll be able to live as fast as you want again. But right now, if your soul is asking you to rest, trust it. Just rest. Allow yourself. Be who you are. It will work out. So now is a perfect opportunity to remind you guys, I will be doing a fire ceremony tomorrow. There's still plenty of time for you to go ahead and get expedites. You could do fire blessing, whatever it is that you're drawn to. And I'll be live tomorrow, Tuesday, 2/22 at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope even if you don't purchase any expedites, that you join me and partake in the fun. If not, that's perfectly okay as well. I hope you guys stay safe, protect your energy, protect yourself. You deserve to be protected, not just by other people, but by you, your words, your hands. Protect yourself. You're important. That's why you exist. You don't need someone else to validate that. The only time you do is when you can't believe it for yourself. I'm telling you right now, I see you. I don't have to know you to feel you and see you. I'm not someone who would lie to you just to make you feel better. I just don't have that in me. When I tell you you deserve to be treated properly, it's because that's what I really feel. Because that's the truth. So guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'm usually live at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Soul Sanctuary podcast, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm changing the time so that way we could just have it the whole week, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. With that, if you'd like to be part of some very, very intense, exclusive live stream chats, I do that with my members throughout the week. You can join the membership on the soulsanctuary.love. One final thing. Oh my God. So my birthday is on Wednesday. Oh my God, this makes me so uncomfortable. My birthday is on Wednesday. I don't like to tell people when my birthday is. It's not a secret, obviously, but I don't. And I usually stay offline when it's my birthday. Oh my God. So I was just supposed to make a post and leave it at that. And Michael says to bring it up while I'm live. So I have a hard time receiving stuff. I really, really do. And that's why I kind of okay. So what Michael is telling me to do is say, oh my God, why is this so hard? It's not even a big deal. Oh my God. Okay. He says that I've deprived so many people of being able to celebrate my birthday and give me anything pretty much ever. So if that's something that you would like to do, and you're definitely not obligated to, what would make me the happiest is if you go to the soulsanctuary.love. There's a donation button. All of the funds that go into that donation just make it that much easier and that much faster for me to go ahead and start the official nonprofit formation. I'm in the process of looking at all the different avenues to utilize to get that nonprofit status for the Soul Sanctuary. But he says that if that's really something, if you wanted to do something for my birthday, I can't say that I'll be live. I might, I don't know. But yeah, you can make a donation in any amount, $1, $5, whatever amount, and it will go through the Soul Sanctuary. And anything that goes through that donation button, it's earmarked specifically for the nonprofit formation. Okay. Oh my God, I don't know why that was so hard to say. That was just ridiculous. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you're listening from the podcast app, please do whatever it is you do on the podcast. Follow, like, share. I don't know what you guys do, but just do it. And I like that. So I will see you guys again tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be doing the Soul Sanctuary podcast. Bye, everyone.